Hey there everyone, Tyler Lasden here with Entertainment Group. Today we are here at 24/7 Events' warehouse in Santa Clarita Valley. We work with them a bunch on a lot of projects that we do, so it's going to be super fun and super great to meet and see how their whole operation here works. So let's go ahead and head on inside. But before we do that, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. See you on the inside. I am here with Rob Krushenk, the owner and founder of 24/7 Events. Rob, how's it going today?
We're living the dream today. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Doing great, doing great. So where are we exactly? And kind of tell us a little bit about 24/7 Events and everything that you guys have to offer.
We're at 24/7 Events. Started this company back in 2002. So we're working on almost 20 years here.
Wow.
Been in the party event rental business for 14 of that. We specialize in tenting, anything you need for a party. So our specialty would be clear span structures, tenting, elevated floors, power, lighting, anything along that nature.
Very cool, awesome. And locally here in Santa Clarita area, or do you guys branch out for services as well?
No, we are located in Santa Clarita, but we definitely service the whole country. We've done multiple jobs around the nation. Whether we're planning an event for a large corporate entity or we're just doing a volleyball tournament around for tour stops.
Okay, interesting. Very cool. And can you kind of touch on a little bit about the different rental markets that you guys cater towards? Is it more private events, weddings, corporate work? What kind of events do you guys cater towards mainly?
Mostly corporate, but we do lots of weddings. But our bread and butter is definitely on the corporate world. Okay.
And how would you say within the past year that we're coming out of has affected your business and kind of if you guys have had to pivot yourselves at all?
It's been interesting. I feel like we're busier than we ever have been, but we have a completely different customer base and a new customer base, which is different. The pandemic has put us in a situation where our assets are working in different markets for sure. Not necessarily good markets, but different markets for sure.
Definitely. I know that for us as well, as we've shared on the channel, it has really changed our market as well. You know, we had to go into the virtual event industry and kind of, rather than producing a live event in front of audience members, had to change it to be, you know, an online version of the event as well. So, all right, very cool. I know we're going to be talking to a lot of your other staff here today and kind of checking out the facility, but thank you for taking the time with us today to talk, and we look forward to working with you guys in the future.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, I am here with Stacey House.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going very well. How are you?
Fantastic. Doing great, doing great. So kind of explain to everyone what your position is here with the company and maybe how you got your start and involved in the event industry.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I am in charge of business development and marketing, so I consider myself to have the really fun job because I get to expand our company on several levels. So that's looking for new opportunities, new industries, and new markets to explore our product and see how we can be a good fit for them. In terms of how I got started, this industry kind of found me. It is a family-owned company owned by my brother, but for several years, even as a child, I've always had kind of a passion for events and design and building. So when the opportunity came about to be able to be a part of the company, I was very excited to do so and was able to take my background in marketing and business development and really incorporate it here into our family company.
Very cool, awesome. And what would you say is one of your favorite services that you guys offer here?
I think it's the fact that we're so diverse. It's something that, you know, we're a part of once in a lifetime events, epic adventures for all of our guests and our clients. So it can be something as special as, you know, a baby's being born into the world, or we're hosting a wedding, or it's a huge launch party for a corporation. So really just being able to be a part of those experiences with our clients is one of the most important things I think that we do. And I think we really pride ourselves on that type of service with our clients. It's really important for us to feel like we're just another member of your team or your family when we're planning these events, because we want to be able to offer something that is so special for you that you always want to come back and work with us again.
Yeah, definitely. I know that's definitely something for us as well. You know, we're involved in the same kind of industries, and also, you know, as we talk with Jolyn, working on the same kind of jobs almost hand in hand a lot of the time as well here. So
and it's so joyful to do so.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we love working with you guys. But yeah, it's really cool to always pull the event off and, you know, step back at the end of the day and go, this is, you know, an amazing amazing milestone for a family, if it's a wedding or like you were saying, if it's a bridal shower for something or a baby's being born, or one of the many different event styles that we all get to partake in. And it's very cool for all of our clients, as well as I know your guys, is for us to both come together to create a really magical and memorable experience.
And I think that's a piece that's it can be so easy to forget when there's so much happening and you have so many events on your plate, but at the end of the day, each person and their circumstance is so special that it really makes our job exciting, it makes it important, and it's really just an honor and a privilege to be a part of those experiences and those adventures for our clients. So.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Appreciate it. Cool. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with
pleasure.
us today, and we are always looking forward to working with you guys in the next
Likewise.
event. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, guys, I am here with Jolynn from 24/7 Events. How's it going today?
It is another day in paradise. It's great.
Fantastic, fantastic. So for a little bit of background for everyone, obviously we specialize in sound, lighting, and DJ services, whereas where Jolynn works at 24/7 Events, you guys specialize in?
Events, everything and everything. So we do everything from basic lighting, tenting, power, staging, and I know we've worked with you on several events in that regard. So as you can see behind us, not only do we do the big stuff that we work a lot with Tyler, but we even do the small tabletop stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely. So like she touched on there, anytime that they do a white tent, we'll do uplighting for it, or if they need any audio infrastructure, we'll bring that in for them. Where vice versa, if I have an event and a wedding client needs a table setting or even tables and chairs, then we bring them in and they help us out, and we've worked together on countless events over the years and have been a fantastic connection for us. So I appreciate it, and thank you guys so much.
And we appreciate you. We love working with you guys always.
Definitely, thank you. So kind of to explain to our audience, where are we currently standing in
We are in our showroom here in Valencia. This is where we kind of display most of our products. We have some tabletop designs that we do have throughout the showroom that are actually done by different planners and partners that we do work with all over. So we have that, we've got some linen stuff, and then we'll show you a little bit later some of the plates, glasswares, bars, furniture that we also have as well.
Very cool. So it's kind of a one-stop shop for a design planner person to come in and maybe try some stuff out using your guys' own inventory, as well as for potential clients to come in and see options.
Yes, we actually encourage all of our vendor partners and all of our individual brides who are planning their own events to come in. We'll bring out a table, set everything up to where they can play and visualize their whole design for their event. We do have a little consultation area as well, coffee bar, so we welcome everyone to come in and make themselves really comfortable and plan their event.
Awesome, yeah, it makes it feel way more homey, and as you and I both know, it's a lot easier to sell a client on something when they can physically touch it, see it, feel it, than it is from just a couple pictures online. So we definitely know over the years of working with all of the crazy event planners and everyone out here that it makes it a lot easier to have them come in and basically get to play around with everything that they get to set up for events.
It's a lot of fun. So, and you come in here, you get myself or one of our coworkers here, and they'll be able to give you our professional advice. Most of us here are CERP certified, which is a certified event rental specialist.
Interesting. Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
very cool.
Fun fact. So we definitely have some education and background as well to help back up any choices and decisions you make for your table design or your event.
Okay, very cool. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself. How'd you get involved in the event industry? Where'd you get your start? How'd you end up here with 24/7?
I have been here with 24/7 actually officially 2 years. I think it was actually yesterday.
Wow. Very cool.
Right? But prior to this, I was in the hospitality, hotel, and event industry for about 10 plus years. I've got a family and some kids at home, and kind of wanted to get more into the event world, and had the opportunity to join the 24/7 Events team, and I'm here.
Awesome, fantastic. I've been living the event life dream ever since.
Love it.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I know we are definitely going to take some B-roll shots for everyone to see some additional work here, as well as we're going to probably head out into the warehouse, and maybe you can talk to us a little bit about the space and maybe some other people that work upstairs, and
yeah,
give us a tour of the building.
Would love to.
All right, we are in the showroom still, and what is this thing? I know it's going to get asked in the comments, but what are we standing in front of?
This is our igloo. It's actually from a company, the manufacturer company is called Shelter Structures, which also is housed, and their offices are here at 24/7 Events. This igloo is can be used for so many different types of things and events. You can do outdoor dining when you're social distancing. We've seen people put several of these at restaurants.
Wow.
They are used for any type of shelter, glamping. Some people have used them on wineries to where they do like tasting rooms in there. There's a real large variety of things that you can use this for. So everyone comes in here and was like, oh my gosh, what is that? We have to know. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a huge thing just in the corner of this area over here. So it literally does look like an igloo. I mean, it's
yeah, it's awesome. It's got great insulation. You can put fireplace, AC, lighting, all of that fun stuff. So it could be a permanent to a semi-permanent structure.
Definitely. Very cool. And while we're here, let's go ahead and kind of take a walk around the showroom itself.
Sure.
Maybe do you have a favorite one that someone has done? Maybe any of the designers in here that you'd like to point out right now as far as anybody's table?
I love all of these for different reasons, and if you ask me if I like what my favorite thing is at any moment in time, I'm going to tell you it depends on my mood. But I would say my go-to table would probably be this one. I love the fabric that we have on here. This is our Cambria line, which is actually a newer fabric we do carry. I also like this because I think it's elegant but yet casual. The crossback whitewash chairs kind of bring it in where you bring it down a little bit so it's not as super fancy if you're using a Chiavari chair. And kind of mix it up with this linen. So I love this table because of all the texture it has.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah. And these are all tables that are done up by local designers in the area, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
So we decided we were going to go ahead and partner with some of our event planners and designers in the area and out of the area to come in and kind of design their own table. This one is by Chrissy Allegra Events. She's fantastic. She does events all over LA. We've got Love and Laughter Design. This other lovely table here, the lemon tree table. Several different designers that have come in here and kind of helped us design some tables to kind of give some of our customers some ideas.
Yeah, definitely. I know there's definitely a proper way of setting the table, of course, and that's definitely something that we have I had no idea about at all. So it's really nice to be able to just rely on you guys, rely on your guys' designers that you guys can bring in to help create a look and make our clients happy, especially for weddings when we do these kinds of things.
Absolutely. So. And like I mentioned earlier, our CERP certification that we all have here, there's actually a tabletop design component to that too. So all of us here are highly educated and are able to give you feedback and kind of guidelines of how and ideas of how you can do your table.
Very cool. All right, and I think we're gonna go ahead and head on up to the offices upstairs next. All right, so we are headed upstairs to the offices, correct?
Yes, this is our wonderful mastermind, I would call it, where all of our people behind the scenes are kind of hanging out and making things happen. We do have several offices here. One thing I think is super unique is that our offices are not your typical offices. These are actually structure walls that are in our inventory and that we use on jobs.
That's fantastic.
We decided to incorporate it and make offices out of it. Why not showcase our product? But I did want to introduce you to some people that we do have up here. So come on. We'll just peek right in here to Mario. This is our controller. He handles all the money. He's our money man. Say hey.
Hello. Mario, weren't you the first employee?
Not the.
Because that's like he's been here since day. Like
it's not the first employee, but I have remained standing, I guess, compared to everyone else that has been with the company. I have been with A1 for I think a little over 15 years, maybe since 2003, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, 2005. I have to. It's been a while.
Yeah,
so
definitely been here definitely the longest.
Yeah,
it sounds like so.
Yeah.
Can you kind of touch on? You mentioned you've been here with A1 versus 24/7. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yes. Well, A1 is actually our actual name, A1 Event Rentals, but we have a DBA as 24/7 Events, just because the name is kind of unique. Kind of gives us that sort of. I'm trying to think of the word, just to sort of provide to clients like, hey, if you need something anytime, any place, like we'll figure it out and we'll make it happen. So so I started when it was originally A1, then we got the DBA for 24/7 Events, and we've been kind of going ever since for the last couple of years.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah. Well, it's really cool to hear your story with the company and how long you've been here. So I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
All right, great. Thanks.
All right, and then over here we do have Herberth. He is a huge asset to our team. He actually is our CAD designer. I will bring you in to let him introduce and share with you a little bit about what we do here.
Yeah. How's it going?
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good, good.
Hi, I'm Herbert Funes. I am the CAD guy, which CAD stands for Computer Aided Drafting. And my purpose here is to get Jolene's vision into something visual to show to the client. I start off, sometimes I go with Jolene on sidewalks, and I'll do a little sketch like this one right here. Kind of like doodles, put some dimensions on it, and I transform this into a working diagram that you can show the client how the layout of her event is. Let's go right here. We did this one for a client, which is a 3D rendering that I had to do for presentation purposes. Once I go into my 3D mode, I'm gonna show you a quick render. Let me turn on this, and then just you'll see the magic of computer-aided drafting.
So basically that first drawing turns into that.
Yes. So if you compare the rendering part versus the wireframe part.
How long would you say it normally takes for a design to go from paper to computer?
Depends on how complicated it is. Sometimes it's just a few minutes, and sometimes it could take up to an hour, 2 hours.
Wow.
Depending on the details, the level of details that I have to
put into the design itself.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I know for us as well, we have, when we're doing some of our design stuff through Vectorworks for all of our lighting stuff, designs can take anywhere between, an hour to 4 to 5 hours to, even we've done some stuff that's like days worth of just figuring out design stuff. So totally feel that. So.
Okay, here's one structure that I did that we had to present so we could do realistic shading on it without the full rendering, and I could just go around it and show the client how it's gonna look, because they wanted to know how it would look with certain type of doors, panels, which are the sidewalls. So they wanted glass, and they wanted the hard wall, which is this one right here. And this is a quick and easy way to show them how it's gonna look.
Very cool. And are you building each design from scratch, or do you have like objects in your guys' inventory that you can kind of drop in to create these designs?
I actually create everything from scratch. I'm in the process of creating blocks that I could just grab and drop, but I haven't fully done all our inventory.
Very cool. Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and showing us kind of your workflow and kind of the way that CAD works for the event industry.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So yeah, that was just kind of a quick little tour of the office area up here. We're gonna actually head down to the warehouse, and what do you guys call? Is it not the loading dock, but just the
yard?
The yard, yeah. And you guys store all of your large weight blocks and beams and all that stuff out there?
Yeah, so we do have, that part is a moving part of everything that comes in on trucks and out on trucks that hasn't gotten into the warehouse, and some stuff just lives out there. So there's a ton of stuff, and we can definitely show you.
All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and head on down there.
So I'm actually going to hand it over back to our owner, Rob.
All right, yeah, so we're back here with Rob. We are now in your warehouse facility here, right? How long have you guys been here? How big is this place?
Year and a half. We signed the lease 2 weeks before the shutdown for COVID, so
Oh, wow.
that was exciting to double up in space at that point. But yeah, year and a half, and we're in about 51,000 square feet here, including our office. And with the mezzanines, hopefully we double that square footage of storage.
Wow, so quite a big facility here. So I think we're gonna just go ahead and kind of
All right.
walk through the building and kind of point out some of the inventory items that you guys have here and kind of how you guys operate as a company.
All right.
All right, let's head on out. Wherever you'd like to start, maybe down the
So-
first aisle or?
Yeah, well, these are loading docks, obviously. So we got 6 holes here for trucks. Lots of prep area outside, a lot of outside storage as well for our bigger tents, like our tent structures and our flooring and some staging material. We keep the boats in here for our board meetings. We,
Gotta have those on the ready to be
Wednesdays.
able to use.
Tables here, as you can see, we've got a ton of stuff out. Normally those are full, so nothing better than an empty warehouse when you're in the rental business, so we're kind
Totally,
of happy
yeah.
about that.
It's not making any money sitting on the shelf.
It
It's
is
making its
not.
money when it's out on the show, so.
Revenue producing assets.
Definitely.
So here we roll into small tent material, like frame tent, backyard party tent stuff. These are just like the pipes, and then all the fitting boxes are behind that. Down here is a chair alley. So basically we keep all of our chairs go down this row, and there's actually some more back here, but most of the chairs live down here, then the back side of the tables, and it's clean sometimes. Right now is not one of those times.
And you guys have them covered here. Is that just for protecting and making sure they don't get damaged in transit?
Covers only come off chairs when they're on a job.
Okay.
We make sure they're covered in the warehouse, so they're protected from dust mainly, and then in transport. Equipment gets damaged in transport and in the warehouse. It's very rare it actually happens on the job.
Yep,
so
definitely.
we try and take every precaution to make sure that in transport that things are taken care of.
Yeah, definitely.
So we believe that a lot of stuff belongs on wheels and in cases, so we try and live in that world. Down here we do some staging, lighting, other power kind of stuff. We've got crowd control, fencing, hedge panels, things of that nature. Little workshop down there to kind of fix broken heaters and stuff like that. So then we come across the aisle here, and this is where we kind of get into all of our wares: flatware, china, glassware, stuff like that. So everything is, labeled. All of our flatware and stuff is in. If you guys want to come down this way, get all our glassware is all labeled. Then we have pull-out drawers for all the different. Flour and stuff. Everything's individually wrapped when it comes back and sealed. It's not just wrapped in plastic wrap. It's sealed in like vacuum seal bags, so it makes sure that we can't get any dust in there and whatnot. I mean, even the individual stuff is individual spatulas. So.
A lot of things definitely that you would never think about when it goes into, before it even gets to the show site, the prep and the process just to make sure that it's cleaned and maintained and ready to go out for the next
Yeah, it's a lot more difficult than it's the same process in washing as a restaurant, but the problem is now we got to store it, and then it's got to go in a truck, and all those things. So we've got an extra step from a restaurant, even though the cleaning process and the sanitation process is the same.
Yeah, where like a restaurant may have, maybe 100 steak knives, you guys have like 1,000 steak knives.
And then it lives in one place, and you don't need to store it every time. So
Yep, exactly.
And protect it. So, all right. So then we come into our tent zone over here, where all different types of tent tops, colors, clear top, white, stripes, other different solid colors, and then our growing pile of dirty canvas. So we're getting there.
So to kind of explain really quickly tents, because until we got involved with you guys, I didn't really know the scale and the magnitude of the size of these tents. We're not talking about like easy up 10 by 10 tents here, right? We're talking about like seriously sized structures.
Well, everything you see over here will go from like a 10-foot party tent to a 50-foot by however long you want to go. They're engineered frame tents, but they're still on the smaller end of the tenting scale. The next step up is going to clear span structure. which we have width up to 164 clear span or 50 meter.
Wow.
Those are pretty serious structures, and every time we put one up, it's the same process at building a safety as building an entire building. We go through the same plan check, same engineering, and erects the same big forklifts, cranes. Like there's all kinds of stuff that goes into that.
Yeah. Serious structure that's involved.
So this is more like the backyard tent zone, what I call it, or parking lot sale type size. Then you get back here, which is where this is all under kind of construction right now. So
no problem. I mean, it sounds like you guys have only been here for a year and a half, so if you guys would have this much set up in that amount of time, that'd be amazing.
Well, we're redoing this area right now, so this is like the area where we have and it's a mess, geez. Large tent stuff back here. So everything here is up, like I said, up to 50 meters. So the large stuff. This is our small structure stack. The large stuff we'll get to outside, but all the tops are in here. We have full manufacturing in here. We can make our own tent tops. We can make our own straps, our own ratchet straps.
Do a lot of stuff in-house.
Yeah, we can make anything. Custom walls, HVAC walls, door walls, anything. So all that happens over here. Then we start heading back out. This area over here is the, I like to call it the flux zone. But typically it's full of floor, which is almost all out, thank God. So flooring, scaffolding for elevated decks. So you've ever been to a golf tournament and the VIP area is around like the 18th green. So that all lives over here. This is all like new inventory getting ready to go, which you were here a couple weeks ago, you know that it's, a lot of it's gone.
Yeah, there is normally, as we've said a bunch of this video, we work with them quite often, and we were here a couple weeks ago for stuff, and this row normally is absolutely packed full with flooring here. So it's amazing how busy it sounds like you guys are right now with stuff being out of the shop. So
pretty wild.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much it.
Okay, very cool. Can we kind of head on up to the linen areas? Yeah. Every color, material, cloth type available up here. Wow. Crazy. Everyone thought that there was a lot of colors in the lighting industry. No, there's a lot of colors in the linen industry. This is amazing to see how many different options there are.
Different types of fabric up here. You've got your basic fabrics, you've got your Lemoore fabrics, you've got satin fabrics. It just keeps going and going. But napkins down here, and then rows of linens. And then just extra storage.
Yeah, definitely. And kind of with the linen world, not only are you guys having to cater towards covering your own tables for whether that's like a round or like a cocktail table, but you're also having to covering just wedding party tables and guest area tables or bar tops and stuff. How do you guys normally kind of organize stuff up here? Is it done by length? Is it done by how much like I don't know what the technical term is where it like falls down off the table? Any of that information?
So you mean how they're stored?
Kind of how they're stored and or used. Like when someone's looking to when someone says they need linen, what do they ask?
So first thing we ask is, you want floor length?
Okay.
And then if you're in floor length linen, then you got to find how big the table is, and then you can decide how big the linen is to measure the drop. Drop's pretty much always 30 inches on a standard table. So what changes is the width of the table. So 30-inch drop on a 60-inch round table is 120-inch round linen to get to the ground, 108 to go halfway.
Okay.
So that's how that works. And then cocktail tables, you have a 42-inch drop, and then a 30-inch table, so 108 gets you floor length.
Yeah. Well, look at that, you learn a new thing every day with linens. So
it all goes back to math every time.
Yeah, totally. All right, so we were just walking through the warehouse, and we actually ran into Ramon. How's it going today?
So far, so good.
Great, fantastic. So can you kind of explain your position and what you do on a day-to-day basis here with 24/7?
Of course. I start every morning at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to make sure all the jobs, all the trucks will get out the doors in time to meet all the expectations for the customers, and make sure nobody runs with any shortages out to the job sites to meet the expectations for the customers.
Definitely. So you got early morning, make sure that everything's in check.
That's
on
correct.
the trucks ready to go.
That's
deadlines
correct.
are everything in this
That's
industry.
correct.
So it's super important. So you have a really important job here, it sounds like.
It is.
A lot of people relying on it. So.
Yes. There's no orders going out of this warehouse, they don't pass through me.
Wow. Very cool. What would you say is probably your favorite part of working here at 24/7?
My favorite part is making the customers happy to enjoy their weddings, you know. That one thing that got me sad is somebody canceled their wedding because we don't get there in time.
Yeah, awesome. Well, very cool to see everybody is so passionate about working here, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head on out to what you guys call the yard, right?
That's it.
Okay, and what do you guys store out here in this area?
But big tent stuff. We store ballast weights for concrete. We store subfloor. We have generators out here.
Okay.
We have HVAC units. And it's kind of old stuff that doesn't really, it's not working or getting ready to
Doesn't have a spot
trash or get
necessarily
sold
in
or something. And we also got to keep it open. We have semi trucks coming through here multiple times through the day. So
Yeah. About how many trucks would you say do you guys have in your own fleet, as well as people that do show up to pick up orders themselves?
we've got 6 trucks in our fleet, from stake beds and box trucks combined in a Sprinter van, and then some utility vehicles. And then when we do, when we send stuff out, like will call, bigger tent stuff on will call, we've seen up to 6 to 8 trucks a day, 53-foot semis.
Wow.
And then when we're unloading stuff, like containers, we'll probably see, I don't know, 6 to 8 a month.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, definitely.
Quite a bit of traffic.
Definitely quite a bit of traffic to be able to use this size facility. I mean, it's amazing to see, hearing about your guys' story from where you guys started out, like you were telling me earlier, in a smaller facility and then growing into this large of an area here. Do you ever see yourselves outgrowing this facility even, or are you guys going to be here for quite a bit?
We're already looking for a bigger spot.
Wow, already, huh?
Yep.
Crazy. And within just a year and a half's time, it seems like you've already filled this place. So
Yep.
the event industry is always constantly growing, and it sounds like you guys are always bringing on new stuff in inventory and definitely meeting customers' demands. So it's amazing. So.
All right, so out here we have with the bigger stuff, our clear span tent stuff. Kind of, like I said, we've got a lot out right now. Normally these stacks of aluminum are higher than the wall and out to here, but there's a ton out. We've got a big project rolling, and now a 20,000 square footer out of this type of beam. So that's only the first truckload in this morning, and we've got 4 more coming today.
Wow.
Stuff's just really heavy.
It is. It looks super heavy. It's some large aluminum pieces. It's crazy.
So then out here, this is just our wall of concrete.
Yep.
To keep these tents from flying away.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how much we have, but it's somewhere over at least 300,000 or 400,000 pounds of concrete that we have in inventory, just to ballast weight the tents.
Oh yeah, totally. I know
we can't stake.
We've even shown and used in some of our stuff. We use the rock and roll stuff from you guys all the time for the ballast weight for our truss structures when we're doing stuff. It's great rigging points for us to be able to just latch onto the top of. They've got all the necessary hardware on it. So I appreciate the fact that you guys deliver those, because they are several thousand pounds each.
So then this was somebody's porch for a restaurant deck that hasn't been put away yet. It just came down, a little COVID deck. And we just got some trailers. This is what we call the glass box. That thing comes off the trailer and becomes a 20 by 20 glass box. You can put HVAC in it. The windows pop open, so it's a cool,
very cool.
You can put it at the mall for like a kiosk type space.
Yeah.
But that's a new item for us, actually.
Very cool.
So that then, turn it back around, same thing, more large tents. And then we've got
quite a
lot of subfloor.
Yeah. Quite a bit of lumber and wood storage here as well, it looks like.
we're almost a lumber yard nowadays. So.
And you guys use this for leveling out the floor that you're putting something on, or
Correct.
just for supports?
So we'll build subfloor inside of a tent, get it off the ground. Like recently, we just installed some structures at the hospital for COVID overflow, and the floor's got to be off the ground for water to get underneath it.
Okay.
So that's just subfloor.
Got it. What is the process as far as lifting the roof of a tent structure up to its, actual usable height? Do you guys have like a crane or something that you guys pick those up? Because I know they can get pretty large and of course pretty heavy with that size beams.
Crane comes into play if we're working on a rooftop or a really awkward space. We're on an elevated deck. We'll use a crane sometimes, but typically like larger tents, we can get away with a 10K forklift to swinging trusses up. Frame tents are built by hand, raised by hand. Sometimes we'll use tent jacks. Okay. But the smaller stuff by hand, and the larger stuff with forklifts or cranes.
Cool.
Everything is, like this, so bigger tents, we have glass panels you can put in, right? Like these things are really heavy. Like each one of these racks is about 5,000 pounds.
Wow.
So they don't seem that heavy, but they are very heavy. Then, you know, back here we've just got some generators, one of our power plants. And then we've got air conditioners hiding inside there, trying to keep them out of the sun.
Yeah, definitely. Both things of which we've used for events that we actually just finished up with you guys, and have an event actually coming up that we're using this as well. So,
Perfect.
yeah, definitely, again, another instant tie-in there where both our services and your guys is kind of intertwined with stuff. So it's a great partnership. So, all right, very cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the time with us today and showing us the facility and, of course, the warehouse as well. I think we're going to check back in with Jolynn, and we'll see you guys inside.
All right.
All right, yeah, and I think that pretty much concludes our tour of the 24/7 Events space and warehouse building. Thank you so much for inviting us out today and having us here. I know, like we've said a bunch here, it's working with you guys is an absolute dream. I love that we've been able to partner up on so many events recently, and I mean, even projects going forward, we've got a bunch going forward with. So thank you so much.
No problem, and we appreciate you guys coming out, and you guys have always been a great partner to work with, and we look forward to many more.
Yeah, definitely. Where can people find 24/7 Events online, socials, anything you want to
We do have a website, 247-events.com, and we're also pretty active on our Instagram. You'll see new product highlights, on the job, behind the scenes, so much fun stuff, so be sure to follow us there. It's at 247events on Instagram. So we look forward to seeing you there, and if you guys ever need anything event related, give us a call and we'd be happy to help.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys so much. That wraps up this event with 24/7 Events here. We look forward to seeing you all on the next one.